Welcome to Access a Trader, the #1 community for those who are committed to taking control of their trading in order to achieve success, profitability, and longevity. Thank you for joining us. Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessATrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Hope everybody is doing well. We'll get to the action in a second. All I ask, guys, again, if you can be so gracious, click a like, share, subscribe, all that stuff, connect with the community. And again, hopefully I will continue just to bring you daily value. And the name of the game is daily. If you guys remember, yesterday we were looking for and we were prepared for the 5-day pull on the NASDAQ 100, the QQQs. Great setups, right? Great setups yesterday, great flushes yesterday, all the way around. And today the question was, going into today's session was, well, is this going to be a day two, or can the bulls reclaim back control? We got our answer very, very quickly today. And that's the name of the game, guys. I've always maintained this. If you're an investor, this channel is not for you, right? Tesla might be at 1,000. We'll get to Tesla in a second next year, and this and that, and Apple and this. Again, we are prepared for the next day. Again, trader meet investor, investor meet trader. You could be nice to each other. You could be cordial to each other, but just understand a racehorse looks like a zebra and a zebra looks like a racehorse from far away, but not really different, right? They're completely different things. So again, if you are a long-term investor, God bless, take whatever you want, hold it for 2 to 5 years, and hopefully everything will continue to be well. For the active trader, our job is, again, like I talk about in every video, gather the data. That's all we're saying every day. Gather the data, and let's see if that thesis plays out the next day. So where the hell do we begin, right? Where the hell do we begin? All right, so CPI came out today, right? CPI came out right from the word go, 8:30 in the morning, big eruption, right? Big eruption in the futures. And right away, the Qs reclaim back the 5-day moving average that they lost yesterday into that flush into the close. So right away, the question we started talking about, well, let's see how many things can confirm, right? Let's see how many things can confirm. Let's see how many stocks held up yesterday, consolidated yesterday, and are willing to confirm today. And the number one question, and we talked about this last night's video, was, can Tesla, right? Can Tesla confirm all-time highs? We got answers to all those questions. Today was one of the most aggressive days I could remember. I know there's a lot of new guys and new gals joining us in the PS60 workshop. They're just very, very new to pivots, but you kind of see how special they are. You kind of see what happens when there's a channel and it gets confirmed, especially with a hot options market. And usually good things are going to happen. And today was brilliant. I think that's the best way of saying it. It was aggressive. You had the institutional money flow come in. You had measure potential on a lot of names. You had continuation channels pretty much everywhere. Obviously, you can't trade everything. You can't be in every single trade, but your job is not to be in everything. Your job is to whatever lane you are, right? Like my lane is mega cap technology. That's my lane. It's usually 10 to 12 stocks, primarily about 90% of the time. And then everything else will kind of be sprinkled in between. So if you're not a mega cap trader, well, why the hell are you watching Amazon? Well, why are you watching Google? Or why are you watching Tesla? Again, the point of trading is find your niche lane, right? Whether it's small caps, mid caps, options, futures, crypto, whatever the case may be. Find your lane and fine-tune that lane. Make sure your ecosystem is very, very small, because the golden rule is if you're watching everything, you're going to miss everything. It's just very, very basic stuff. So if my universe is 10 to 12 stocks, there's a higher probability. I know their personalities. I know their tendencies. I know their average true range. I know their liquidity. I know what happens when options market starts betting heavily in that direction. These are the things I'm familiar with. If you're trading a random stock that you've never heard of till about 30 seconds ago, your guess is as good as mine what's going to happen. Is it Reddit running it up? Is it some Discord of $3,200 accounts run it up? What the hell is going on, right? You're guessing. When you're dealing with institutional money flow and they're betting over and over again, we've been discussing for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, they're betting the 400 weeklies on Tesla. They're betting the 410s, the 415s, the 20 weeklies, the 430 weeklies. Eventually, you got to realize the institutional money flow is going to drive the price action of these names. Again, these are not things we're just starting to discuss today. We've been discussing this for many of moons, right? If you've been watching this broadcast for a long time or been in the webinar for the last 15 plus years, you kind of know it's the same formula. Options market, options market, options market, confirms daily, and strike with extreme prejudice. And that's exactly what we got today. Qs basically closed all-time highs. You look at the S&P 500, getting there, right? Getting there, maybe another day away. You got the diamonds, right? The diamonds showing a little bit more disconnect from the euphoric market that we're seeing in the NASDAQ. But guess what? Who cares, right? I couldn't care less than the Dow goes up 10,000 points in one day. It's only 30 stocks. So the most important part, guys, again, be comfortable in your own skin. And this is why the whole quote-unquote alert system is BS, right? I don't want to say it. I'd have children's watching, right? It's all BS. How can you be comfortable trading somebody else's comfort level, right? It makes no sense. It's like me turning around and going, yo, I want to buy that stock that's up 220%, the stock that's up from 50 cents to $3. I have no idea what I'm doing there. I have no idea what to expect. I really have no idea what my safety net is. I have no idea what proper tier size is. So how can I be comfortable? How can you be comfortable following somebody else in the trade, screaming and dancing and going like a buffoon if somebody tells you to jump? If you're not trading properly, we discussed this in nauseam yesterday, in weeks and months and years ago. If you're not trading technically to whatever comfort level you're doing, you're not trading. You're guessing. You're playing DraftKings. You're playing, you're playing FanDuel. You're playing the MGM Grand. You're not trading. What you're doing is buying and hoping. And the last thing you want to do as a developing trader is buy and hope. It's okay to lose money, right? Okay, I do it all the time. It's okay to lose money, have a losing day, have a losing trade. What you don't want to do is give it away. And if you're following quote unquote alerts, that's what you're doing. You're hoping, praying, and you're giving your money away. You can make back a loss. You cannot get back your career. That doesn't go away. So if you are a brand new trader and you want to start your journey the right way, these are all charts, right? We discussed this yesterday. These are all charts. They have exactly the same data. And once you commit, right? Once you commit, again, and fall in love with technical analysis, you should be on the right track. Again, your development might be 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. Again, everybody has different development, but at least you are setting the foundation in the right way versus sitting there and trying to get an alert from some 16-year-old that's been trading for 3 months longer than you. It's just reality. You're either trading or trading properly. You can't do both, right? You're either trading or trading properly. So the faster you recognize that technical analysis is your friend, the higher probability your career will extend its shelf life. So let's talk about it, right? Let's talk about it. Everything went crazy, right? Everything went crazy after the CPI. We only had 4 pivots in the room. But these are the right pivots, right? These are the right pivots. Well, you guys have traded today. A lot of good stuff, right? A lot of good stuff. So you had a Vago, right? You had a Vago come out. Forgot what the news was. Doesn't matter. It pretty much set the tone. It really pretty much set the tone. It was a little too extended. I actually traded it this morning. Didn't really act like I wanted to act, so I kicked it out break even. Later in the day, it kind of confirmed and went up like $4 or $5. But this is not here or there. If you traded it and made money, God bless. I broke even on the trade. Here's where things went pretty good, right? Pretty neat. So yesterday, if you guys remember, we had this really massive pivot. Tesla, sneaky area, 394.40 needs to build. Stock traded yesterday to 409.70s. Sold off a little bit in the queue towards the day. First close over 400. And my question for today was, well, can today finally be the day that we see all-time highs? November the 21st was the all-time highs of 414.50. And basically that's what happened today. Here is the continuation pivot for experienced traders. 409.75 needs to confirm. 414.50 is the all-time high. The only reason why, again, if you guys see, you'll start seeing 3-star, 5-star. It's not the point of how much conviction I have in the trade. It's more sometimes of liquidity and how high or how aggressive the stock has gapped. Obviously, if they were walking it up $2, $3, it would have been a 5-star trade because, again, when you're getting above all-time highs, it's a higher probability it's going to finally explode. But Tesla exploded, right? Tesla exploded, yada, 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 yada. We're done. We're done, right? We're done. This is our last batch here. After hours went up to 426. Just an unbelievable move, right? Unbelievable move. This was basically my notes in the last half hour. Guys, change your plans. Any close tonight on Tesla over 425. We're kicking it out. So I'm done with it. Epic move, absolutely epic move. The stock has gone from 370s to 425, 426 in a matter of 3 days. Guys, I'm not a greedy pig. I've always believed in the theory that I would rather sell a day early than a day late. Do I think the stock probably goes higher? Yes. I'm not looking to jump out of the 12th floor right now on Tesla. Again, we could be having a conversation tomorrow. Tesla, guys, can you believe it? It kept on going. It's 440, 450. And I know somebody in the comments is going to turn around that's an investor. Hey, Dan, it's going to 500 in the next 2 weeks. Okay, 500, 1,000, 3,000. God bless. I hope it gets there. I'm talking about for me. Not talking about for you. I'm talking about for me. By the way, I'm still waiting for AMC to go to 1,000 as well. Just saying. Right? The problem is retail doesn't know when they're won. You have a 60-point move, right? You have a 60-point move on Tesla in 3 days. Don't you think you won, right? Don't you think you won? The problem is the Powerball generation, which basically means once investors catch lightning in a bottle, they want more. They want more. They want more because it's that Powerball thinking, I'm not going to get another opportunity to make this much money, so I need more. I need more. The problem is a professional trader knows when he won. Getting a 60-point move, 60-point move in a 60-point move in a matter of 3 days. You won. You won really, really well. So always, guys, remember, your career is never going to be made on one trade. Your career is never going to be made on one stock. It's a series of events. It's tens of thousands of trades and overnights and positioning and this, that, and the third. That's going to make your career. Don't think for a second a stock is going to go, again, people, AMC, not AMC, what was it? There was a stupid thing. GameStop, right? It went from 5 to 300. I won 500. Okay, I want to be 6'5" and dunk backwards. Sometimes you don't get what you want. When you won, you won. You could always re-enter the trade. So my plan with Tesla, at least for tomorrow and the next couple of days, again, it probably goes higher tomorrow. I'm okay with that, right? I'm okay with that. I would like to see a dip, right? I'd like to see a dip in this thing in the next couple of days, maybe some profit taking, maybe try to get some into rising support. If I don't get it, guys, I don't get it. I'm not going to lose any sleep. If you're still in Tesla, God bless. I hope it goes to 500 for you. But for me personally, I am looking for a better entry than continuing to push it after a 50, 60-point move in 3 sessions. So let's talk about some other names. Meta went nuts today. Gave a really, really nice move on Meta. 620, 640, and 630 needs to confirm. Here was Meta. Right, here was Meta. Took out the 620, 640, took out the 630, traded all the way up to the upper Bollinger Band of 638. And Google, you guys remember we talked about Google last night, right? Continuation of that quantum, what was it called? The quantum willow chip. Whatever, right? 186.36 needs to confirm yesterday's move. Look at Google, man. They were coming for the 195, $200 calls. Here's the 186.36 pivot from yesterday's channel, and this thing is $96. Just an absolute extraordinary moves. Other names that we didn't have pivots for, but just continuation. Amazon keeps on going nuts. So the question is, right, where am my attention, right? Where's my attention going to be focused for tomorrow? I want to see the group that's gotten beaten up play catch up, right? Play catch up. I think that's very, very important. And the group that led us for the rally, the most part, for the last couple of years, that's been kind of beat up here for the last couple of days, the last couple of weeks, have been semiconductors, right? I think if the market's going to remain good, great. I hope Amazon goes higher. I hope Tesla goes higher. I hope Meta goes higher. Again, I want to buy the stocks off the bottom. That's the point, guys. That's where our value is. So let me give you guys some ideas off the bottom that I'm watching on some semis. Again, they don't necessarily have to confirm tomorrow, but if that's the group that's going to wake up, well, that's the group that's going to wake up. So NVIDIA, let's start off NVIDIA. They started coming in for the 145s for the weeklies and for next week. The problem is I don't think NVIDIA is imminent, right? I don't think it's imminent. I still think it needs, you see all this supply here? You see this all supply? It's put in 2 days in a row of lower highs. So that's telling me is it needs some work. It needs like an upgrade or something. It needs some good news, but it needs something to get above this channel. The key is NVIDIA in the next several days is if it could reclaim back the 5 and 20-day moving average, it could really, really wake up and take the whole group with it. So it's something I want to watch. Again, I don't know if it's going to wake up tomorrow, but it's something I want to watch. If you look at Avago, it did exactly the same thing, right? Avago reclaimed back the 50-day moving average. It went nuts. They're reporting earnings. Remember when we were talking about ARM? ARM is almost there, right? ARM is almost there. It's very close to reclaiming the 50-day moving average. That's what I'm looking for, guys. I'm not looking for a stock that's up 20 days in a row. It had a 50-point move in the last 3 days now. I am looking for tight consolidation coming off the bottom and reclaiming a big base. And if ARM tomorrow can wake up and reclaim this 50-day moving average, again, the 50-day moving average is super duper important. So if ARM can wake up and get back above the 50-day moving average, I think we could get a nice move there. Look at Marvel. Again, another semi, right? Marvel had a great earnings, came in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. Today finally snapped 1 day's worth of selling, reclaimed back the 5-day moving average. If it could get back above the high from 2 days ago, I think there's a shot it goes back to earnings highs. So keep an eye on that as well. DJT, right? I believe somebody said that Trump is ringing the opening bell tomorrow. Keep an eye on DJT. Keep an eye on the December highs. If this thing gets above, who knows? Maybe this thing could wake up. And last but not least, let's watch CRM, right? CRM, it did close below the 5-day, but I want to see this thing if it could reclaim it back over the next couple of days. So that's it, guys. That's all I got. Hopefully you guys are all enjoying the PS60 theory for all you guys who came aboard recently in the holidays. For all you old farts who have been with me for 15 years, and nobody cares what you think. But all jokes aside, technical analysis is not subjective. It's buyers cleaning up sellers, stocks will go higher, and sellers cleaning up buyers, they will go lower. And that's it. That's the name of the game. Guys, God bless everybody. Have a great night. And with God's help, I'll see you all in the field tomorrow. Take care.